you!
I'm Joe Fugly, and you're watching Name That Movie!
What?
3, 2, 1, go! Time's up, you're wrong, it's Shinbone Alley!
What does a cat and a cockroach have to do with a movie?
Your mom! Alright, so basically, Shinbone Alley is an animated film made back in 1970, based off the 1916 book series, Archie and Mehitabel. That book series eventually got turned into a play back in 1957, and they basically took all the songs from it and made it into an animated film. Just look at this harrowing catchline. Sophisticated enough for kids and simple enough for adults. Well, listen, pal, two can play at that game. The movie begins with our main character doing the deed.
It's gotta be a record for something.
My god, talk about fast as death in a kid's film. There was more runtime before we got to see that Jacob Marley was dead. But this doesn't last for long though, because Archie, our main character, gets reincarnated as a cockroach. After his initial panic, he makes a bit of a turnaround, realizing his new creative lease on life as a cockroach.
It was that easy?
You know, this is a really pleasant film. An old-timey soundtrack, an art style reminiscent of 1910's illustrations, and even better, there hasn't been a single hot cat girl in sight.
I've had my I've had my down, but I never...
Yeah, I may have spoken too soon. This is Mehitabel, an attractive stray cat who performs for everyone and falls in love with every guy she meets. To be fair, I feel like it's kinda on you if you somehow miss every single piece of promotional material for this film that basically lets you know that
You're gonna see a furry!
She's terrible, and yet she's wonderful, too.
Hey, those are my childhood crushes you're talking about there, buddy.
the dynamic between Archie and Mehitabel is basically the crux of this film. Archie sorta has a crush on her, playing the role of the bro, I can fix her kind of guy, while Mehitabel, in return, treats him like an ass.
You're a queer little insect who wheedles and begs with too many morals and too many legs. Sometimes when you preach and you talk through your hat, you make me so mad I could just knock you flat.
I'm serious. If I took shots as frequently as this chick's mood swings in under a minute, I'd be dead.
Even if it's only a blue-nosed, stiff-necked, ugly-faced, know-it-all little cockroach. Well, ta-ta, Archie.
This is my Bill, my one true love.
You hold it, Frazzly as. I know it. I'm always mean to you.
The next day comes around, and Archie visits Mehitabel to get to her about a job as a house cat.
Genteel, well-bred, house cat wanted.
Unfortunately, before Archie can finish his proposition, an old alley cat named Bill and his gang return to the alley, seeking Mehitabel. And you better believe they make their presence known.
I love that Shinbone.
If you're wondering why this guy sounds so familiar, it's Fred Flintstone, it's the same guy. Soon enough, we learn that Mehitabel and Bill actually have a thing for each other, which is a little confusing. I don't quite remember if they knew each other before, or if this is a love at first sight sort of thing. Oh, whatever, formalities aside. They basically say screw Archie, kick him to the curb, and have a night to themselves. I think now's about time I actually tell you guys that there's an extended cut of this film. The reason I say this is there's actually an entire cut song about Mehitabel and Bill's night on the town. And honestly, I don't get why they cut it. It's probably one of the best songs in the film.
Over the fence we frolic and prance, under the blood red moon, we sing to the
Either way, they drink, dance, probably sex, and eventually Bill apparently ditches her in the night, causing her to come back to Shinbone Alley.
She's home again. That big bum left her, and she needs me.
We come back to Mehitabel as she reminisces about her life and past loves, continuing to keep her outlook toujours gay, meaning always happy in French. We've got another version difference here. In the shortened final version, we have them recreating a lot of the illustrations from the original books in the style of the film. But the original not only has completely unused animation for Mehitabel, it also has some really unique visuals. They go for this unique style that uses realistic pictures of humans while portraying Mehitabel in them as a human with a cat head. Don't get me wrong, I still think it's fun that in the final one they portray her as going from cat boyfriend to cat boyfriend constantly, but I kinda prefer the absurdity of the original one. The idea that this one yellow cat has been with multiple human guys over the past century is kinda crazy. It's a crazy song number, don't get me wrong, but it kinda works its way around to feeling sorta beautiful in a way. It's just kind of funny that these dudes took one look at this cat-headed girl chick and went, "That's who I'm banging tonight." Archie, obviously worried, comes to visit her, telling her what's what about her boy-chasing antics. She then beats his shit in, and then agrees to change her ways. They go on to sing a wholesome duet about always being there for each other. Archie becomes the luckiest cockroach in history, and they go on their merry way.
Archie, you are a true friend. I promise I'll mend my ways.
That's a lie! Because not even a minute later, she gets seduced by yet another stray cat.
Where did he come from? What does he want? What does he want? What does he want?
You? Archie tries, and fails, to get Mehitabel back from him. Tyrone takes her off, promising he'll make her a star, as Mehitabel ditches Archie in the dust again. Ah, come on, Archie, chin up, things are gonna get better. Oh. Nah, don't worry, it isn't ending that quickly. Every time Archie tries to off himself, God does literally everything in his power to keep him alive. Eventually, Archie runs into, guess who, Bill again, as they both go to the theater. And it seems like Tyrone's actually teaching her to act. And steal food, sort of a 2-in-1 deal. Tyrone tries to test her by having her recite Romeo and Juliet, but you've seen this review so far, you know Mehitabel ain't doing that.
Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief. Hey, hey, hey!
Tyrone, understandably, does not jive with her energy at all, and subsequently fires her. And in response, Mehitabel beats his shit in.
If he comes back for vows, I'll kill him.
Archie tries another chance at being there for her, but tough luck, kid, you're not her favorite. Bill sweeps Mehitabel away for another couple months, leaving Archie to become enraged and almost commit war crimes against humanity, as I have in my days. Yeah, I gotta be blunt, this is probably the weakest part of the film to me. I get that this is supposed to show how angry he is at the world, but this goes on for 5 minutes. And by minute 3, it gets its point across quite well and just starts ending up feeling like filler. I mean, I'm not a consecutive producer or anything, but did we really need 5 whole minutes to get the point across that he's mad? I mean, putting it bluntly, man, you're not even the most interesting part of your film. Hey guys, I don't know if you could tell, but I think by the vibrant red light of his office and his angry, scowling expression, do you think he might be a little bit ticked off?
You ain't just whistling Dixie!
None of that ended up even mattering, because it turns out Mehitabel's back and she has kids now. Mehitabel feels frustrated having to take care of them. Bill wants nothing to do with them. One of them's orange. So Mehitabel decides that the best course of action for this, obviously, is to unknowingly drown them. Yep, you're right. She tries to drown her kids. If you don't like Mehitabel after this, that's completely understandable, because this is illegal. Archie eventually convinces her to do the right thing after she gives the best performance of the year.
kittens, oh my darling, darling kittens. Let us hurry and rescue them.
After yet again kicking his shit in, she eventually comes around and decides to agree, becoming a domesticated cat.
I made Mehitabel respectable.
And who could have guessed? She hates it, and outright refuses to ever see Archie again, which she soon regrets. Archie, on the other hand, doesn't take this too well, and gets drunk. Like, so drunk that he hallucinates ladybug hookers. And my god, is Archie hammered.
DDT. For the whole house. And meaning in a little dose of all pretty glasses either.
Don't worry, if you somehow didn't understand what he just said, basically he's feeling and with a tad bit of added in. After sobering up and it becoming winter, Archie realized that he messed up. He made Mehitabel domesticated and ruined her for everyone, realizing that he shouldn't have screwed with her life in the first place. But not all is lost. Mehitabel decides to come back to Shinbone Alley in the end, deciding to live the life that she wants to live. And to wrap everything up, in the extended cut, a story Archie wrote about Mehitabel actually made the front page. Not quite sure what happened with her kids. I hope they're with the rich family. I hope they weren't trapped in that piano forever, but who cares? This is... Yeah, such an odd 70s relic of a movie. It has such a wild and ridiculous plot from anything I've seen from this time period, and yet no one remembers it. What would you even consider the lesson of this film? Never leave the house again? No! I think the main takeaway of this movie is actually really unique. Sometimes people are gonna live a life that you want to be a part of, but you just can't. Now, do I think many people will take that lesson?
No.